Welcome back to Let's Play Ratchet Deadlocked. I'm Nye.
I'm Mako, and let's see if we can't finish up this, oh geez, I can't even call it a planet.
Yeah, it's an asteroid belt. It's multiple dead planets. Look at the background.
Well, you know, if that's the case, we really should get that, lighthouse working then.
Yeah, to make sure nobody else runs into the dead planets. So last episode we were talking about stories. And, Battlefield always gave me fun ones. I don't play it anymore because I got tired of, like, the generic first-person shooter. But I really am. I'm as tired of Battlefield and Call of Duty as I am of World War II games. But there was really good stories that came of Battlefield as I played through, and it was all Battlefield 2. I don't know why that game just had such good. It led to really fun gameplay. And I was playing on this level called Pipeline. And so-called because it's this big, snowy mass. Like, I think it's supposed to be set in Russia, if I remember correctly. Or, it's Russia or Alaska, I can't remember which. But, it's literally one gigantic pipeline. Like, it's the rush map, so the map extends the more bases you destroy. And along the right side of the map is this pipeline that just goes all the way down. Past, the first base, which is, the first base in the game is essentially just a house, just out in the middle of nowhere. And then you go through a town, and then you go through a port, and you finally get to the military base at the very end. So, this story starts how most of my stories start when me and my best friend do stupid stuff. We got bored. And this is just a thing we do. I love how heavy the Scorpion Flail is. Ratchet drags it.
And it sparks against the ground and all that.
Yeah, 'cause it's so heavy. So we got bored, as most of our fun stories start, and we decided to follow the pipeline, because in this level you actually parachuted in, and if you parachuted right, you could land on top of the pipe itself, and then walk down it. So we were just curious what the, there we go. We were curious how far you could go, like, at what point did the pipeline stop? So, so we started following it along. And we sent some messages through Xbox Live over to the enemy team and made it clear, hey, we will not shoot you if you don't mess with us. And at the time, I probably don't have the skill anymore, but we used to be really good at the game. And, we would typically be pretty high up in the rankings. We might not be, okay, there's a skill point, sure. We might not be the best guys in the room, but we'd still be pretty high up in the, you have earned a trophy. Woohoo!
Line them up.
We wouldn't necessarily be the best guys in the room, but we'd probably be pretty close to the top of the kill-death ratio charts. So, mostly because we were snipers and, get a couple of kills. Fuselage! But, so, the enemy team kind of agreed that, well, maybe they could win one if we weren't killing them. Because they were having a bad time with us. They agreed. So we followed the pipeline, and most of it was out of bounds, so we had to kind of mess with the geometry of the game. Which was something me and my best friend we're always into. We love messing with the geometry of levels and kind of exploring. The stuff like, Mako, do you know the, how to get the, the Scarab beam in, Halo 2?
Not really. I don't follow that too closely.
Well, that's a shame. The Scorpion beam required, you only got to use it once, and it's the main weapon of this gigantic walking super tank. It's this gigantic screw-you beam that this thing uses that just kills everything. It breaks buildings and all that sort of stuff. So, using this very convoluted method, you could hijack an aerial vehicle, which you're not even supposed to have at this point in the game anyways. You hijack an aerial vehicle, you fly up to a very specific point, and it's basically a debug weapon. You're not even supposed to be able to get it. This was an Easter egg. And then you get the Scarab Beam, and it's super powerful, and you get to go, wreak havoc. And by the time you get it, like, half the level's over anyway, so there's not really much to shoot in the first place. But it's still a very, very cool thing for you to do.
Ratchet, turn the boat.
So we got that. But that's what we like to do. We like to go mess the geometry and go explore out of bounds and see what we can find. Because, you know, developers leave Easter eggs all the time. It's always fun to see what they can do.
I seem to remember back in the day with World of Warcraft, the Hyjal, Mount Hyjal, was not quite accessible. The area where it should have been was accessible for a long time, even before the expansion where it actually came out, through a number of clever tricks getting over the mountains.
Right, I've heard about this.
I'm not entirely clear on what the process was, because never really my thing, but it was sort of interesting to see that, you know, people could worm their way in there as if they were clever.
Didn't you have to, like, glitch through the ground at some point or something?
I think it relied somewhat heavily on the fact that there are some things you can do that let you ignore terrain restrictions. Things like, there's at least one story I've heard recalls, I think, being dead, because as a ghost there are some restrictions you don't have.
Okay.
Oh god, this one.
Yep, this one. Well, we were doing that level. We were following the pipeline. The problem is the pipeline continues to go out of bounds just consistently.
Right.
So we were having to make our way along it, and the pipeline is on this raised bit of ground. So, you know, we were sliding off all the time. It was this big pain in the ass. But, you know, it was worth it because we were having fun. So we get to... So, do you know how the rush game mode works? Have you seen that at all on Battlefield?
No, I don't play Battlefield.
Okay. So the way the rush game mode works is that you have the attackers and the defenders. And the defenders have a base, which has a bomb in it. And the attackers have to go and arm the bomb by way of either getting in and arming it and keeping it armed for like 30 seconds, or they have to drop a building on it by causing a building to collapse on top of the bomb, which is possible with some bombs, or apply enough explosive force to the bomb to cause it to explode anyways, which is something we only learned later. So, with Rush, the attackers have about 75 lives in order to force themselves in, arm the bomb, get it to detonate, and go. The defenders just have to deplete the 75 lives. And the thing that happens is, as soon as you win, as soon as the attackers win, instead of the game being over, the map elongates. It pushes back to the next base. Control nodes are under enemy command, travel to each... Okay. So, you just have to go and, get that done. That's it. It's nothing. It's nothing special. It's nothing hard to do. You just have to go and do it, and then it expands the map. And the attackers have to do it. They usually have to take over 4 different bases. The defenders just have to win once.
Right.
And so, but it's stacked against the defenders. But the defenders also have a lot of chances to win. So we had gotten to the end of the current area that the level was. You know, the bomb hadn't been taken yet. So we hung around for a bit. We had nothing to do. And then he and I decided that we were going to go open season on them. So we made it clear to the enemy team that, okay, guys, you know, we're going to go open season. You have a minute to ready yourselves before we start firing. And then we were behind them, so we just started shooting them. So this went on for 2 bases. And the 3rd base on Pipeline has an Apache. And I'm more of a ground-based sniper guy myself when it comes to those sort of games, but my friend is the ever-loving pilot. He loves flying in all of its forms, and if you can give him an aerial vehicle, believe me, he will get in it. So, you know, we typically would go after the helicopters whenever we could, especially because he would fly, and I would try to take sniping shots from the back of a moving vehicle, which, believe me, is never an intelligent idea. But it was always a lot of fun, and it was, you know, we got to kind of prove ourselves that way. So, we were, like, as one man, once the next base opened up, you gotta understand, he and I have known each other for almost 19 years now, I believe, so we are very much in tune with each other. So, without communication, as one man, we both started running for the Apache. And we were... It was kind of incredible after the fact, because he and I both kind of reviewed what we had done. But not only did we both take off for the helicopter, but we both recognized that we weren't going to make it before they would respawn at the helicopter, jump in, and take off. So still without communication, we alternated taking a knee and sniping the pilot of the helicopter before they had a chance to take off. And then while the other guy caught up after his shot, the second one would then take his knee and take the next shot. And eventually we got in the helicopter, took off, and just caused all kinds of issues. Did I not kill 50 enemies with that? Apparently I did not kill 50 enemies with that. Okay. We're gonna have to go do that again then. Okay. Well, let's, we're gonna stick in the Deadlocked belt for now, as usual. Well, let's just do Lost and Found, I guess. But, so then we got in their helicopter, and we were just, this was probably the biggest level of stupid and mean that we could come up with. Because we were just causing so many issues with this enemy team. Not only was our team winning anyways, just from superior skill, but, we also were denying them their helicopter, which was supposed to be the, you know, it was supposed to make the teams equal. So, it was just, we were just, it was stupid, it was mean, we were being evil, and we loved every second of it. But it got worse, because the final level, or not the final level, but the final base is the military base, and they have a Black Hawk at that base. And, we decided, well, we didn't let them have the Apache, so they can't have the Blackhawk either. So he dropped me off very quickly at their base before they even spawned. They didn't have a chance to spawn at that base. He drops me off at their base, and I take the Blackhawk, fly it all the way back to my base, and then we start fighting them again, and eventually won it. But it's the level of denial that we gave them. We didn't let them do anything. We just shut them down. And, you know, later on we decided it was unsporting, so we decided never to do it again. But, it was still... That's achievements right there. That sort of thing. Because that's... Anybody who plays, Battlefield can probably appreciate that type of thing going on. And that's the thing. You're doing it to, you know, it's there to tell a story. You can't brag to your friend, oh, hey, man, so I beat Call of Duty on easy. You don't brag about that. That's the type of thing you're ashamed of, that you only beat Call of Duty on easy. You brag about beating on the hardest difficulty. That's where I can see those achievements coming in. Am I going to kill 50 enemies this way? Also, this is just obnoxious. Okay, can I tell the robots to go away? Like, because they're taking too many of my kills. There we go. Okay. Next... There's one... Oh, there's mini turrets. That's right, mini turrets. You have
Epic flail.
Epic flail. That's fantastic. Okay,
actually, there's a lot of achievements for getting this. For getting like specific skill points in this area.
Yep. I don't know why this area in particular.
Well, there's also a handful of achievements for getting all the skill points in a particular area.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's pretty obvious right there.
But not for all of them, just specific ones.
Yeah.
Let's see. Inconsistent, really, but...
We're just going to deploy this mini turret on a patch of light, if you don't mind. I will say, I think one of the things I liked the most, one of the stories I loved telling, just because it was one of those things where I had never seen someone do this before we did it, and then I started noticing a lot of people doing it after we did this. So I have to be... Really? It's starting me all the way at the beginning. This is really a thing that's happening? Okay. Yeah, I never noticed anybody do this before we did this, and I noticed a lot of people doing it afterwards. So part of me is kind of curious if we started this, or if it was just something I never noticed anybody else doing. But, we were playing this one level. I can't remember the name of the level, unfortunately, but for anybody who plays Battlefield, the level in question has the attackers starting the attack with 4 Abrams tanks in a desert, and eventually goes to a military base, a town under construction, and then a bay. It's something harbor, I think is the name. So it's not Rico Harbor, because that's a different game entirely. But, we were playing on that, and we were on the, like, second or third base, so we were getting pretty far. But one of the enemy defending zones is a it's a shipping container. And unlike most other buildings that the bomb gets placed in, this one you can't just take down. You can't just destroy the building. You have to actually detonate the bomb. And we were having such trouble because the enemies were basically just sitting inside that shipping container going, oh, hell no, you're not getting in. We tried to bring tanks up. They dropped mines. It was this whole thing, just causing us a lot of trouble. So, and me and my friend, we're just like, you know, we're like, whatever. If we lose, we lose. You know, that's it. And so we just started sniping. Well, we noticed all of a sudden, and we were having fun. We were getting some pretty high numbers in the sniping category because we were sniping from like 3 bases back. You know, really epic levels of headshots. So, you know, we didn't want to stop anytime soon. We noticed that that our respawn counter was getting down to like 10. We're like, well, this isn't gonna happen. That's not that good. We gotta come up with some idea. So my friend jumps away from the sniping and instead picks up the UAV and starts flying it around and dropping these Hellfire air-to-ground missiles. Which was working pretty well, honestly, but he wasn't able to get the missiles inside the shipping container, and that's what the problem was. The shipping container was the thing. So, why have I not gotten the skill point yet? Ouch. So yeah, we weren't getting in there. So I had this idea, because he couldn't get down low enough to fire the Hellfire missile without them destroying the UAV. You know, he was getting close, but he just couldn't quite get there. So I was sitting there going, you know, why can't you get this? What's going on here? So I was trying to figure out what was going on, and then I decided, you know what, we're gonna go do a suicide run here. So I told him to pull the UAV down. Come on, give me this guy. Damn it. Okay, I'm died. Nope. Give me that health. Give me that health. Okay. So I told him to pull the UAV down. It was very close. And, I switched to, Soldier. And Soldiers have, packs of, C4 they can drop on people. So it's mostly meant for taking down tanks or something like that. But I told him to pull the UAV down, and I started dropping loads of the C4 onto the UAV. And I was thinking, you know, the thing that was coming in mind was I was going to have him throw the UAV, just fly it very quickly inside the shipping container, kill as many of them as possible with the C4, and that would let the men get in there and thus beat the game. So this was my plan, and I still think it was a very good plan. But so he's like, "What the hell are you doing, man? You're gonna blow up the UAV. This is our last chance to win." I said, "Shut up and do what I tell you to." So I dropped like 10 packets of C4 onto this thing, and then had him go and fly it in. And then once he got it inside the shipping container, the enemy hadn't noticed it yet because he shot a Hellfire missile to kind of cover his launch. I pressed the button and the shipping container exploded. And when it exploded, I heard 2 noises. One was the kaboom that I expected from the C4, and of course we got a lot of kills. What? Range strikers with the wrench, without taking damage. Oh, he must have gotten it. And I just didn't notice it. Okay. Interesting. I'm not going to do the mini-mob mod. I'm going to do one more go just so I can see if I can get this range strikers with the wrench. Let's go ahead and do that.
Well, I said, do you want me to look up what a range striker actually is?
Oh, I was trying to do it just then, but I didn't get the kills with it. Let's go ahead and do let the light shine through. Why not? So, it's the guys. The range striker are the guys who have like the sniper rifle, and I think with the and the jetpack, I believe. They're the ones that you know how it shows off the red light coming off them. So it's not these guys. These guys have machine guns. So we heard 2 noises coming from the bunker. One, or not the bunker, the shipping container. One was boom, and the second one was boom. Just a much bigger explosion. And then all of a sudden we noticed 2 things happen. Number 1, the enemy team starts cursing us out. And we're trying to figure out what the hell happened. And then all of a sudden we notice that the reason they're cursing us out is that the bomb had detonated. And this is when we learned, these are the range strikers, these guys. At least I think these guys are the range strikers. Okay, that's 1. They're really hard to kill, so I assume that's the right one. We learned that that the bomb could be detonated with enough explosive force, which we didn't know prior to that. But I'd never seen anybody try to do a strategy like that before, and then later on I started noticing people using like ATVs with stuff attached to them in order to get their kills. So part of me wonders, just in the back of my mind, did we start this strategy? Did we come up with this? Or did we just... Was it like parallel evolution, where, you know, we came up with the strategy, but it's something people have been doing for a while? Really curious. I don't know. But... like, for me, that's achievement stories. It's when you have a story like that. Really good stuff. On the other hand, now we have the story of, hey, I killed 3 ranged strikers with my wrench once. Aren't you? This is exciting, right? That said, the story where you beat the entire game on Exterminator might actually be worth retelling. Where are these ranged... Where are these guys? There's these guys... Like, I don't want these guys. Is that one? Okay, does he scope in on me, this guy? No, don't do that. I don't know, let's kill him with my wrench anyways. I don't know, that might be a ranged striker, we'll find out later. Die, you. Okay, this guy's definitely one. Because he does have the sniper rifle. There it is.
There you go.
Whoa, out of ammo. See, I'm ranged too. I have no ammo.
I can shoot further than you. Whoops.
Okay, well, I think that's gonna be it, guys. I think can I leave from here?
I don't know. There you go. I think so. Can you not select it from there? Change planets? Oh, I guess you can.
Yes, you can. There you go. Okay, well, there's still a couple stuff I want to do, but we don't have the brainwash mod. I don't feel like doing this right now. I'll do that later. And I don't have the mini bomb mod, so we're gonna wait. When we come back next time, guys, we're gonna be going to planet Torval.
Yay!
Should be fun. We'll see you later.